Hi folks, Winkle here. Mission 20. We've been repositioned to Krasnodar, and from there we're going to be flying our next mission. Let's have a look at the mission planner. Okay, so we're taking off from Krasnodar, Petrovsky, and we're going to head to the end of the lake here on 054. Then we're going to turn onto 108 for 34 miles. And then follow the headings down here, 178, sorry. Down here for 18 miles and turn into the airfield here. Not an easy one, guys. Not an easy one. I'll see you in the cockpit.
Clear for start, sir. Bring her back in one piece.
Well, certainly try, but can't make any promises. Okay, so first thing to remember with this mission is we are on 257. Because we are at Krasnodar. Let's try and remember what we're doing.
Peshkovsky, Enfield 1-1, request startup. Enfield 1-1, Peshkovsky, cleared for startup, wind 053, at 3 meters per second.
Here to start up, Enfield 1-1.
Chief, connect ground air supply. Copy. Ground air supply is now connected. Chief, apply ground air supply. Copy. Air is now applied.
It's a usual start-up procedure, guys. We're all used to it by now. What I'm going to do is put timestamps in the description, because we've just got to start up and then we've got to taxi all the way down to the other end to take off on 2-3, which is left to right in front of us. So there'll be timestamps for the whole mission in the description below. Okay, so that's the needles coming down now. Let's get our starboard engine started.
Chief, apply ground air supply. Copy. Air is now applied.
Okay. 10%. Throttle out, cut off into standby. Needles are coming up. Drawing throttles together. Don't hit microphone on the way through. Cap and flare. Radar. Flaps. Bomb set to ripple. Nose and tail. Arm everything else. You can hear that the needles have come down, so we can get our beef to disconnect.
Disconnect ground air supply.
Otherwise I'm going to owe him more beer. So we're working our way from left to right.
Ground air supply is now disconnected.
I'm going to go in with rockets first. Then we need to set our altimeter to the runway height, QFE effectively. Then we're going to uncage, I've done that already. Onto manual. 17. Seems to work good. Between 16 and 18 will be good. Let's start our RWR up. Let's move across. So we've got pitot heat on. We've got our fuel tanks being balanced. Let's shut our canopy. Mirrors on, and then we can go back over to the left and turn on our dampers. We need to put takeoff trim. We're pretty heavy. We've got snake eyes and 4 rocket pods, so we'll have that at 9. While that's doing that, I'll shut my speed brakes. Let's just ask my man to give me a little check over. My wingman. Yep, they're all in, which is good. Right now, we will request taxi.
Peshkovsky, Enfield 1-1, request taxi to runway. Enfield 1-1, Peshkovsky, clear to taxi to runway 23.
Get a taxi, runway 23, Enfield 1-1. Right, then there's no point rushing down here, guys, because you've got to wait for your wingman to catch up anyway, and he only trundles along. So I normally taxi at 60% RPM. And as you'll see, there's no great rush to kill ourselves in this mission either. You need to be patient in order to succeed. If my nose wheel steering will work, that's it. Always a bit temperamental on these warthogs. Okay, so we can switch our RWR to search, now it's warmed up. Everything else is good. Radar, we just need to activate that in a moment. Everything else is on, apart from our master arm there. That's for our guns and rockets. Come on, go left, that's it. Yeah, if we trundle along like this, then our man will sort of arrive at the far end of the taxiway, roughly with us. Right guys, here we are. We have a long taxi, but there's no rest for the wicked, as they say. Okay, let's just gently turn. Right, let's request takeoff.
Peshkovsky, in field 1-1, request
Comes
takeoff.
our man. It's just behind us.
Enfield 1-1, Peshkovsky, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.80.
The approach looks clear. So with my eyes, anything could be coming into land. Here we go, let's line up. Line up, come on, pedals. That's it. Right. Extend our nose gear. Our man's behind us. Full mil. Brakes released. Infield 1-1 rolling. Into burner. Knots. $150. Rotates. Pick his back. Gear up. Keep that nose low. Get the airspeed building up. Keep the nose down now. Trim accordingly. Really got to save fuel on this mission. I'm going to get above 300 knots slightly. Flaps have gone to auto. Outer doors are closed. Keep my rate climb down to about 1,000 feet a minute roughly, just basically dictated by my airspeed. Right, so now we need to change to 253 to talk to our flight. See, there's quite a bit of bomb damage here in the war.
Mud spike, 7 o'clock.
Well, they're obviously still keeping the factories going, that cooling tower's still operating. nice when you get a mud spike ready to take off. Okay, so just maintaining 300 knots here. What's our fuel flow? 3,000 pounds an hour. So I'm just going to cross sort of back over the airfield and then take our heading of 054. Easy to find these airfields because obviously at the end of this little snaky river here. Our man's joined up already. And anything could happen. We could get bounced at any moment, so we really need him with us. We don't want to be taxiing at, 50 mile an hour and then just coming over here still watching him take off. We want him with us. Right, okay, let's sort our aircraft out. We're over the airfield. Just in front of us off to the left there. That's where we'll take our heading from. And we want 054. Doesn't have to be that accurate, this one. Basically follow the lake up. Gonna head for 5,000 feet. Nice transiting. Okay, that's fine. A little bit of climbing now, a little bit of excess speed. Trim the aircraft out accordingly. Fine. Now what we're going to be using for our dead reckoning is we're going to be using this cockpit here. I'll have to reset it in a sec, but let's get it roughly where we want it. Just over 300 knots, so what we'll do is we'll just reduce our fuel flow a little bit. Try and keep that down. We'll just creep up to 5,000 feet. Now we're going to do something different to what the briefing said, unsurprisingly. What I'm going to do is turn at waypoint 1 onto 108 for 34 miles, which is exactly what the briefing says. Then I'm going to run on that heading for 6.5 minutes at 300 knots. Then I'm going to turn onto the next heading at waypoint 2 on 178, but before I turn onto that I'm going to do 2 orbits to the left. Now this will allow the flight of F4s to do as much damage as they can. They've got anti-radiation missiles and they've got Mavericks, so they should take out most of the air defences and a lot of the SZU-23s, which are all going to be a big problem for us when we go in at low level. So I'm just going to do 2 orbits. That will give them plenty of time to do as much damage as they can. And that's at waypoint 2, and then we will head as briefed on 178, but I'm only going to head on 178 for 30 seconds and then I'm going to turn in to the air defence systems here. So we can already see the SA3 and the SA2. There's also an SA6 in there. They're on the airfield, that lot. So we can use that to head in. And the reason I'm doing that and not running the full 18 miles on 178 is because it will take me in at a really good angle to run along the length of the parked aircraft I'm supposed to be attacking instead of coming in on their side. And I'm only going to be able to make one pass like this, if I'm lucky. And don't forget, you can't go in with burner on because there's an IR threat on the airfield. So you need to build up as much speed as possible once we turn onto the actual target, going downhill, flat out, full burner, and then when we get near, we come out of burner, just flare and jink because we're going to have the SZU-23s shooting us. Sorry, I'm chatting here, I'm not maintaining my attitude correctly. Let's just get that up better. Right, let's turn. Chatting away, forgetting what I'm doing. Right, so let's set that. And right, so 6.5 minutes.
Waypoint 5 at 20,000.
This is 108. I busted straight through that. To be honest guys, I've flown this mission about probably at least 5 times today. That's just today.
Who's he checking in? Ready for tasking?
It's getting a little bit
Caught. Checking in. Ready for tasking.
to remain focused on flying the aircraft accurately. Let's trim that out. Okay, so the guys, flights have checked in, the F4s, so we'll go to F10 now and tell them to push.
From Waypoint 2 at 15,000. 2, on spike, 1 o'clock.
Right, so in a slight climb, let's try and get this together, concentrate, focus. Just at 300 knots, fuel flow is good, it's below 3,000 pounds an hour. We can see our threats over there. There's a 2, a 3 and a 6. So even though that is scary, it's also good, because it's telling us exactly where the airfield is. Now when we get to 6.5 minutes, we should see the little river that we're paralleling. You can see sometimes if you look at the briefing, there's a river here that we're following along. It will actually turn off to right at that point, and that, basically the headings follow the river. It's quite handy.
Passing Waypoint 3 at 900.
Right, let's not fanny around, but I'm orbiting here. Reset. Okay.
On spike, 4 o'clock.
Because I can't hear that the F4s have actually attacked anything yet.
470.
But they're just starting now. So we don't want to get in there until they've done everything they possibly can.
1, defending at balls 0, 470.
And we're going to come round to 178 and then go round again. And then I'm going to go in with my rockets, and then if I get time, I'm still alive, switch to my bombs and pull those off. Now what I do with my wingman, I just ask him to cover me. I think whether that's the best thing to do, it's worked quite well before on the old school Wild Weasel mission that we did way back when. I think it was mission 6. So LO suggested that one, so I'm just going to stick with that. It does seem to do a reasonable job, so we're being jammed up ahead there. They're the F4s, I'd imagine. See on their radar here. Right, so we're just coming round to where we would like to go in a minute if we just turned right basically off of our original heading before we went into the orbit, but we're going to go round again just to let those F4s do the do.
OZ1, kill at ball 076-470. OZ1, kill Colt 1, kill at bullseye 076-70.
I think there was a kill. Yeah, good. One less thing to kill us. Just go into a slight descent, try and stick to 5,000.
OZ1, in from the northwest.
Not that it matters, but obviously we're all on a journey of self-improvement, so just trying to fly the aircraft more and more accurately.
Colt 1, in from the west, engaging at bull 075 for 70.
If we hadn't orbited, then we would have already been in the thick of it by now. With these guys still attacking.
Enfield
Where are
1-1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 20. Colt 1, engaging
Right,
bandit
got
at
180 degrees to go before we go in.
At 2,700.
So then I'm going to head on to 178, which is the correct heading as briefed, for 30 seconds.
Enfield 1-1.
Then I'm going to turn straight into the RWR air defence targets.
460 at 1,000.
So we've got probably MiG-21s. He's engaging bandits.
OZ1, tally triple A at ball 076.
Tally AAA, hopefully he'll take it out for us. They've got Mavericks as well as arms. Right, let's not get dizzy here. I'm coming round to my heading.
Overlord 1-1, passing Waypoint 6 at 21. Tally triple A at ball 076 for 70. Contact bearing 203-124. 2, contact bearing 210-123.
We're coming round onto our southerly heading.
Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 202-423.
It's good. Let's start our stopwatch.
3,500, flanking.
That's it.
OZ1, defending triple A at ball 076-470. OZ1, defending at ball 075-470.
Right, my man is going to cover me, whether he likes it or not.
Flight, cover me.
Give him a chance to go and do something. That might be. And yet. Right, 30 seconds, that's it, we're done. I'll try if I can see the airfield. This is the problem, finding the target. Get the burner in.
Colt 1, defending bandit at bull 073. Engaging air defenses.
We'll get low. I will steer high, see if I can find that
Running in.
airfield. Really difficult, I find it anyway.
2, contact bearing 208.11.
We get really fast. There's a MiG-21 on our RWR there, just off our nose. Can't get distracted. Burning fuel.
Engaging bandit.
Right, good. He's engaging bandit. I'll keep him busy. Bring that nose down. There's the airfield. Where's the airfield? There's the airfield.
2,
There's targets, you can see the aircraft.
2, Delhi Bandit, close clock.
I think.
2, Fox 2.
Yep, that's our aircraft. I'll get to judge this when I'm going to come out of burner. 500 knots, need to really whiz through there. Coming out of burner.
2, contact bearing 219.14. 2, ejecting.
Yeah, I told you I wouldn't have to buy him a beer.
229, 411 at 11,000, flanking.
Jink, nothing's easy with this. Oh, miss those guys.
Jack, holy shit! Did you see that? Enfield 1, get out! Get out! You had him! Shaq, holy crap, look at that blast! Enfield 1, get out! Get out! You had him!
Right, let's get some altitude. We all want to be going. Probably 310 degrees, something like that. To glide this back in. There's my fuel going, not bad.
Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 00348 at 1,000. Peshkovsky, infield 1-1,
Fly the aircraft, fly the aircraft. That's it, we're 400 knots, we're fine.
Enfield 1-1, Peshkovsky, fly heading 314, 440.
314.
Decimal 80, runway 23,
Over there.
departure altitude.
Okay. We've got an engine fire, right hand engine. Let's trim the aircraft. I'll be on the right heading. Yep. We are at 15,000 feet. A bit more altitude, just in case the engine stops. Let's just double check I've dumped all my stores. Select that to missile, just in case. RWR is clear, doesn't mean a lot. Right, the other thing we can do is I can actually see that attack anon. '85 X-ray is Krasnodar. Right, so we've just got a fire warning, right hand engine, starboard engine, we've got no other warning lights. Fuel, doing okay, 17,000 feet. Okay, let's see what we can see. Right, here's the lake. Right, so 17 miles. Just off at our 10 o'clock over here. There's a little snaky river. There's the airfields. Can't remember what runway said. I think we'll land on 2-3 like we took off from. Just brake over the runway. Don't want to be too cocky because I don't know what damage I have suffered.
Hashkovsky, infield 1-1, request landing.
Bring the aircraft back as we slow down.
1-1, Hashkovsky, clear to land, runway 23.
Runway 23.
053 at 3 meters per second.
Runway 23, infield 1-1. Right, let's turn that thing off because that is flipping annoying. Right, okay. Let's just brake. Fairly gently. 2,500 feet. Slow descent. Bleeding off speed. Excuse me, bleeding off speed. Get that gear down as early as possible. Let's see if we've got a problem. 260 knots, gear down. A bit of power.
Airfield 1-1.
3 greens.
Runway occupied.
I'm coming in, mate. I don't care about the runway being occupied. I'll tell you that for nothing. Right, 200 knots. Just going to trim the aircraft back, get that angle of attack up. We want it. Okay. So altitude 2,000. A little bit high, but I'm not too fussed at the moment. I'll be higher than low. Right engine seems to be performing okay. That descent is good. Trim, trim, trim. Let's get that angle of attack up. Must be about 15. Massive long runway for this aircraft. I'm fast, but I'm fast on purpose. Don't know what's going on. Seems to be flying perfectly okay. 170 knots. Let's get more speed brake out. Now I'm over the runway.
Airfield 1-1.
Bit sluggish.
Check landing gear. Wind 053 at 3 meters per second. Runway 23.
Shoot out. Let's hope we did enough damage.
Airfield 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
Infield 1-1, runway vacated. Put my chute off. Park up where we started from. Okay. Did we park in here? Yeah, I think we did. So we're going to park anyway. Near the maintenance hangar. Yeah. Good plan. In fact, I think I'll just dump it outside here. I think it's probably going to go straight in now. Alright guys, got a little job for you. Right, that's a tricky one guys, very tricky. I'll see you in debrief. Okay guys, welcome to the debrief. Okay, so we take off from Krasnodar, Petrovsky. The F4s are already in the air, as you can see here. These guys are critical to our success. So we taxi along slowly, as you can see there, take off, take it easy, we join up nearly straight away, and then take our heading to the end of the lake there. We turn on to 108 for 6.5 minutes. Okay, to waypoint 2. Okay, and we should then turn right onto 178. But as you can see, these guys haven't done anything yet, and they are critical to our success. So what I did is 2 orbits. Now look, now we start firing the Shrikes in, the arms. Yeah, so they're going in. Even if we did 1 orbit, these guys have got Mavericks as well. So we need them to take out as much as of the air defences and everything else on that airfield as possible. We've got 2 MiG-21s up now. We've got ZSU-23s. We've got an SA-2 site. We've got an SA-6 site. You know, it's an absolute nightmare. So we've done 2 orbits. We now start heading in. So I come in on 178 as briefed. But we should come down to about here and then turn on to 264, I believe it is. But I found that if I turn in a bit early, I can line up better with the aircraft on the apron. Okay, so that's what I do. I sort of run down here from waypoint 2 for 30 seconds, get the burner in, get fast, and then we'll see what happens. So I come in here, my guy gets into a bit of a tangle with this MiG-21. Right, so now I'll just switch over to something on the airfield so that we can just look at what I did. So you can see that the aircraft I'm looking for, I think are these ones, they're here. So I've come in a little bit early. I'm still not coming in, I should have come down a little bit further and then I would have lined up perfectly with them. But I mean, that's the least of our problems. Look what we've got on this airfield that we're coming across. ZSU-23s, loads of them. SA-9s, you know, SA-2 sites. This is an absolute nightmare. Okay, so we come really, really, really low. I've got my depression set to 17. I'm doing guns jinking. So I'm up and down to try and fool the ZSU-21 radar. ZSU radar. That guy misses me. I'm putting flares out the whole time. Yeah, that misses me again. Take out a load of stuff. Can't believe I'm still alive, basically. Dump all my stores off to just give me that extra bit of speed. I've been hit there at some point, so I've got damage to my starboard engine. And that's it. I'm not going back in. But I do take out enough of these guys here, of the aircraft that are there, to succeed in the mission. I think I got 79 or something, the damage, and obviously 100% complete. So yeah, difficult one, guys. Not straightforward at all. But if we just rewind, that 2 orbits out here are absolutely critical, because if you came in straight away, the guys have not done anything. Okay, if you were to, let's head in, orientating the map, and then we'll go back to me this time. There I am. Right, so we're going to do 2 orbits, as I said. If you look at what's happening over here, they've only just started firing in. So, you know, you're just going to get cut to pieces. So then we come in. I should have come down. See where I divert off there? Just head straight towards the targets on my RWR. If I'd come in a bit further, obviously I don't want to come all the way down here, because then I'm cutting across the target again. To fire this perfectly, I want to come down to about here. And then I can basically line up my target perfectly. As you can see, I'm a little bit off to one side. I should be coming in from this angle here, probably another 15-20 degrees, but I'll take it. I must have flown this at least 10 times. Bang, 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 bang. 17. I mean, I'm doing guns jinking as well here. That's when my rockets are all over the place. And then I'll pull off to one side. I've got SA9s here. You know, it's a death sentence flying into this mission, but we do manage it. You can see I'm going up and down, and then I can't believe I'm alive. I dump all my stuff off, and there we are. Anyway, guys, if any comments, anything you want to say, any help you need, then please put it in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. It'll really help me out, and I'll see you on the next one. Winkle out.